Welcome to Stamp It Up with Kathy Goodman. Today we're making a card with the Petal to the Metal stamp set from Stampin' Up. We are going to make this card right here. We have the truck on it. We have the tire marks going across our card base. And then on the inside we have a blank space so you can write a thank you note to someone with some of our designer series paper across the bottom. So let's get started. Today we're going to take our rectangle shape. It's cut out with the rectangle stitch dies, and we're going to take our Memento black ink and we are going to stamp our truck. So you want to get it in your Memento black ink and make sure you get it covered really good. And then we're going to put that in the center of our rectangle, press down firmly, and then hold it lightly as you pick it up. Looks like we got a good image. We're going to close up our Memento black ink because we are done using that. And we are going to get our thank you stamp and stamp that in Mossy Meadow ink. This is the Mossy Meadow ink on our little label. So here we go. Get that and put that in the middle of our little label. There we go. We've got our thank you all stamped. Now we're going to take our card base and we are going to stamp our tires across it. So we're going to take the tires, we're going to ink it up in Mossy Meadow, and we're going to start up here at the top, and we're going to go across our card. There we go. Okay, then we're going to make another, because trucks have two sets of tire prints, we're going to do another set right down the middle of our card. There we go. So now we have it. Our tire marks are across the middle of our card. We're done with our ink, so we'll close it up so we don't get our fingers in it. And then we're going to bring our truck back into view, and we are going to color that with Old Olive. So we're going to use our watercolor pencils and color the truck. There we go. The hood of it. Make sure we get that good. And then we'll put a little bit of green right here. That part is done. So now we're going to take the gray and we'll do the back of the mirrors and this grill part up front. And the wheel wells, we'll do those. The little bumper in the back, this bumper across the front. There we go. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our black and we are going to color our tires black. There we go. Got our tires all colored. And then what we're going to do is add some yellow to our headlights right here. There we go. And I'm going to add a little bit of early espresso down here underneath the truck just to kind of shade. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to, but just kind of adds a little bit of color down at the bottom. Okay, now we're going to bring in our blender pen and our sheet of scratch paper. Make sure it's clean. And we're going to blend our watercolor pencils together. so it takes away all the pencil marks, makes it a smooth color. Okay, we're getting it. Okay, now we're going to clean it off and we're going to do our gray area, back side of our mirrors and our wheel wells and this little bumper back here. Add that. Okay, then we're going to clean it off and do the black on the tires and just kind of smooth it around. Gives it kind of an even color with no pencil marks. There we go. Looks pretty good. Okay, we need to do our headlights, so we'll get those done. Very good. Okay, now that part is done. We are going to add our designer series paper to the front of our card. So we're going to put some liquid glue around the edge. There we go. We're going to slip this in the middle. Make sure we get it straight. We're going to add our truck with large dimensionals, so we'll put one in each of the corners. There we go. Press down firmly. And then we're going to remove the paper backing. There we go. And we got two more here. And this last one. Okay, now we're going to set it up here right on our card so we can still see our tire marks. Then at the bottom, we're gonna add our little piece with our, we have these little glue dots. We're going to put a couple of those down at the bottom, and then we're going to take the paper backing off the top, and then we're going to rough up our twine just a little bit so the edges look a little bit frayed. So then I'm going to put that on right there. There we go. So looks a little frayed on the edges, which is the look we wanted. And then you can take and use another one of, well, let's use two just to make sure it sticks. We're going to put two of those on the back of our greeting, press them down, and pull the backing off so we can stick it on top of our little jute twine there. There we go. Then we're going to work on the inside of our card. We're going to take our white inside that we're going to leave blank so you can write your own message on the inside. We're going to put our designer series paper right along the bottom. You want to line it up. Make sure it doesn't stick off the edge. Press it down firmly, and then we're going to add it to the inside of our card. So we've got to make sure our card is facing the right direction. We put this in so it's not upside down. And then we're going to line it up on the inside. Then press firmly on all the edges to make sure it sticks to the inside of our card. And here's the card that we just made together. Oh, you know what? We didn't color our ground, so let's bring this back in, and we didn't smooth our ground out with our watercolor blender. There we go. That looks a little better. So, looks like he's driving through the dirt. Okay. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed these cards. Have a blessed day.